We're here at YoWare today with Richard Chrysler, the owner and founder of the organization, the company. We've just finished discussing the case in the classroom. Richard, first of all, thanks for taking time to be with us today. Thanks for letting us write the case about you. We had a lot of fun doing it. I'm sure the case discussion went very well today also. The major decision focus of the case concerns sourcing your product offshore, specifically in Hong Kong. Can you bring us up to date on how that has gone, what you've done there, what some of the issues have been?
Absolutely. Elliot, it's my pleasure to be of service, and hope this helps your students. I would say we decided to source our manufacturing about 18 months ago, or some large portion of our manufacturing overseas, to take advantage of the many positives that looked like it would provide. And I'm glad to say that after 18 months, we're looking forward to continuing our relationships that we built and continuing developing sales overseas, or manufacturing overseas.
Now, obviously then it's been successful. How do you measure the success? What have been the benefits for you?
I would say the major benefits are we've been able to maintain and retain our largest customers who had over time been demanding lower prices. Because we were manufacturing U.S. stateside and just in time, we weren't able to provide them prices that gave them the margins that they wanted. So customer retention initially is a key point of the success. Being able to increase our volume without increasing our fixed cost. So typically larger customers will place orders with us, and we will go ahead and make that overseas at that time. We've been able to get some great financing from our Hong Kong manufacturer, which allows us to not to take advantage of their money more, as opposed to using our own money. So our volume has increased while our investment hasn't. We have actually been able to reduce our staff domestically in manufacturing, and have increased our volume of sales, and also our cost of goods sold has been reduced as well. So I think we're more profitable.
How about quality? Any problems with quality?
No problems with quality, and actually one of the things that I've been incredibly surprised about is the fact that the entire program has gone off so well. We spot check things that come in, but only spot check. The people we're working with are well ahead of our domestic contractors with respect to quality.
What were some of the hurdles you faced?
I think the major hurdle was a fear factor. We were really afraid, having a small business and marginally profitable, if not profitable at times, of losing money. And we, that sort of aversion to losing money really didn't allow us to take a lot of chances. So we were afraid that we would ship a large volume of goods overseas and it would be stolen at port, or we would lose control of some way. But we found a partner at a trade show where a lot of Chinese and overseas people were vying for our business, and we had a face-to-face with one of the principals, and that meeting was so sincere, and so
hi, puppy.
that meeting was so sincere and so heartfelt, and we all spoke the same language, that being English, but with respect to the language of the textile industry. And so I felt very confident that these people would be able to do what they said they would. And they were also willing to take some of my fear away by agreeing to a payment term of a 50% deposit and 50% of the balance of the order being paid 30 days after we received the goods, essentially giving us net 60, and also the final say in the quality. If the quality would be poor, you know, of course we'd take discount money and whatnot. To date, everything's gone well.
You talked about large volume, large customers going offshore. Are you still producing the smaller volumes here in Charlottesville?
Actually, it's when we first started the company, we were subcontracting all our work. That manufacturer that we were subcontracting to went out of business, and we took the production in-house. It was never our intention to do so, but now it actually is a feather in our cap. We can meet just-in-time orders from our large customers or small customers, and so therefore the combination of having a larger manufacturing possibility and financing, as well as having our own small in-house production facility, gives us really the ability to service customers, and then again goes back to customer retention.
I think the case states something like 5% or maybe 10% of your sales are over the internet. What are your plans for leveraging the internet in the future?
Every year at the end of the year, I kick myself for not having spent more time and energy on the internet, because that is the one place that we are able to realize 500% and 600% margins on our cost of goods sold. And you know, at the beginning of the year, when things in January through March are fairly slow, we start off with great plans, and by August, when we're in peak season, we're basically ignoring the internet business. I would like very much to find somebody who has experience with internet sales and increasing internet sales, who knows how to take advantage of the many sort of tricks of the trade to increase that business.
Would you do Yoware again? Would you,
That's at any point right now, I've got the opportunity to sell the building and rent out the space that Yoware inhabits, and probably realize better income potential that way. And I'm really looking forward to going into next year. So I would probably do it again. It's been, what's wonderful about a small business is when you have the time to give it, it'll take everything you got. And when you don't have the time to put in it, you figure out a way to make it work. So it's really, for my changing lifestyle, having started single and now having 3 kids and a lot going on, it now is working well for me, and has the whole time.
Now, asked you a lot of questions. What questions should I have asked you that I didn't ask you yet?
I think one to touch on that you did ask was what would a bit of advice be? The most successful entrepreneurs I know, and not the Bill Gates and those people who are just born geniuses, but are people who have basically jumped from a large successful company and copied what recopied what they were doing there. So that experience that you get from working with a company, and not even a large company, who the customer is, what they're going to buy, how you're going to get it to them, and probably those major questions you need to answer before you have a viable business. So my first advice would, let someone else pay for your experience. And secondly, go for it if you have a whole lot of money. If you want to jump that experience thing, you're going to have some money, because business is expensive.
We've been a little remiss. We haven't introduced the dog here. Can you introduce the dog to the audience, please?
This is Spike, and he is our alpha male right now, and he was trained by Max. And my advice to everybody out there is, if you have one dog, train him well, so that the subsequent dogs know what they're doing. And he has turned out to be just a great dog.
Well, that's great. Richard, we really appreciate you taking the time. As I said before, this has been wonderful, wonderful for us. I hope you get something out of it as well. Thank you.
It's been my pleasure.